They say time heal all wounds, but neglecting the point that the wound comes from time off a stretch in a joint. Everything is crisscrossing incorrect at this point. Like how these pedophiles become blessed and anoint. Are they still pedophiles, indirect and discreet? And what about them killers who had respect on the streets? They say once upon a time he have you resting in peace. Now that same individual investing in peace. Then I watch my homegirl transform from a sweet wife after years of abuse to living a street life. And I never once judged her when things didn't seem right, cause I understood the dark times, even in screen light. But it was God's grace and mercy. That's why I speak about Jesus and protect my joy at all costs, so we keeping it peaceful. Hello world, welcome to this week's edition of Keeping a Peace podcast. You're rocking with your homeboy Trinity Team 504 and my beautiful co-host, the Missy Love.
Hey
So today's
guys.
topic, yo, I want to start off, I guess on a positive note, but still controversial, right? So the NBA thought they were doing a good thing. They said they were gonna uplift the black community. Hear what I just said, audience. Uplift the black community. They call it black excellence. So I'm thinking MLK Day, Malcolm X's birthday. Like, what are we doing? They wanted to do a joint venture with uh Ti Tip Harris and Magic City. Yeah, that Magic City, the strip club, to bring to the NBA a Magic City Monday nights. So of course this didn't go over with the fans. It didn't even go over well with some of the players. One of the outspoken ones was Luca, of course, saying that this is a family game. The kids, the wives, the girlfriends, nobody is here to promote booty shaking. I was more so appalled. Yes, I'm gonna use this word appalled. I was more so appalled because they called it black excellence. So, do you think that's a part of the black culture? Strip clubs and booty shaking?
No. Um, I wouldn't call it part of the black community. I don't understand what's why the term is being used as that.
Hmm.
Um, because there's all kinds of races
Right,
dancing
correct.
and shaking their booties or whatever. So no, I wouldn't call it that. Um, I'm shocked that the NBA would want to be affiliated with an event like that. So I don't even know who even was
The person behind
entertaining
it,
it
right?
entertaining it to begin with, and then to put it out there, it's like the like even an a bigger embarrassment. But yeah, I think most of the ball players um are married and have families, and basketball, the NBA is a family event, just like the Super Bowl, just like a hockey game. So yeah, that's very distasteful. And I don't understand why they would try to mix the two together. Anyone with common sense would know not to do that. So hopefully someone's about to be fired.
Yeah, it really threw me. I was like, wait, they really contemplated that, and like somebody
Yeah,
really
like
thought
who
this out,
approved that?
right?
Like that's
And call it
crazy.
a cultural event. So the rapper D1, I don't know if you familiar with him, but he from New
No.
Orleans, positive guy. We don't agree. I'm gonna say what most of the homies say, and it's the God honest truth. I don't agree with everything that he do and say. Sometimes they say he comes off as hypocritical, but I'm pretty sure they say the same thing about myself. So when somebody's doing something positive and they see you with what they deem a drill rapper or a gangster, somebody, they gonna say, why are you affiliated with those people? But I can only speak for myself and say that your light's supposed to shine through other people's darkness, and not in a negative way, but you got to bring them to the light. I don't know if that's his case. Like I said, I don't agree with everything that he do, but he responded with a song to that, and he did it in front of Magic City. So that's why he caught a lot of flack behind what he did in his response. So the rappers in Atlanta was telling him like, "Yo, this is Atlanta's culture. We don't just come here to watch women, even though that's part of it. We come here to eat hot wings too." And which I don't know nobody that's gonna go to a strip club just for wings, but hey,
They
that's
have
what they
one here.
say,
They have a few places here that have like a buffet during lunch.
right?
Not
So
until
that's
after
what they
nine,
would say.
no.
But homie was like, "Would you with y'all with daughters, would you like to see your daughter on that pole?" And I was like, "Yo, what he said, everything he said was right because it'll make you think. So the way you treat women, if you have a daughter, would you want somebody to treat your daughter like that?
Right.
And if the answer is no, then you know the way you living is not right. You know."
Hmm.
Everybody loves strip clubs till they see their daughter on that pole. And reality gon' set in when you reaping what you sow. Man, imagine being in your 50s, still bragging about how much you spent tricking on women, shaking they shit. Then they really trying to represent views that's irrelevant, so lost that they calling strip clubs black excellence. I heard they calling me a hater, but rule number one, never be more loyal to your city than to your creator. I got the data, most these women ain't trying to strip, they just trying to pay the rent. If they could, they would dip. What they get, physical abuse, drug use, transactional sex, PTSD. You think that's cool? Shut the strip clubs down and move around. Talking about you protecting black women, you's a clown. Shut the strip clubs down and move around. Talking about you only there for the wings. How that sound? Shut the strip club down and get free. Never put your city's culture over G.O.P. Shut the strip club down and get free. If you really love tricking, pay that girl so she can leave. I bet you wouldn't want your daughter on that pole. I bet you wouldn't want your daughter on that pole. I bet you wouldn't want your daughter on that pole. I bet you wouldn't want your daughter on that pole.
But homie was like, "Would you with y'all with daughters, would you like to see your daughter on that pole?" And I was like, "Yo, what he said, everything he said was right because it'll make you think. So the way you treat women, if you have a daughter, would you want somebody to treat your daughter like that?
Right.
And if the answer is no, then you know the way you living is not right. You know."
Hmm. Agreed.
I,
I think a lot of men miss that concept though. A lot of unfortunately men are selfish. Y'all are selfish creatures and you guys don't think about how it can affect the opposite sex. Um, until you do have a daughter and kind of see it in different eyes. But I mean, everyone has a mom, and even having a mom that doesn't help these men treat women any better. Unfortunately, it's not the type of world we live in.
and you gonna stop bashing men. All men ain't the same, by the
Yeah. Okay.
way. So
Okay.
my second topic of the day is what was my man name in Alabama? Charles Sonny Burton, 75, was sentenced to death row for his role in a robbery in a Talladega AutoZone store that left the man dead in 1991. So the interesting thing about this story is my man said he deserved to die. He wasn't even fighting it. He wasn't tripping. He had made peace and everything. And the day before he was supposed to be executed, Alabama gave him clemency, not to kill him.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I did read that article, and it
Hmm.
said that because the other person, I think the other person is, or he didn't get executed. So that's why they're
Right.
giving him clemency because they want
Mhm.
him to have the same sentence as the other guy did
The
and he
one who
shot.
actually killed. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like if he didn't get this, then why are we giving it to him? So I mean that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, good for him. He's not being released. I mean, but at least he's not dying either. And hopefully he can impact people in a positive way. He seems like a God fearing man. Because he was saying, by the grace of God, he was
Mhm.
granted his life. So hopefully he gets to change lives in there. His life is not over. And hopefully God does use him as a vessel to impact lives.
To Alabama tonight, where Governor Kate Ivey officially commuting the death sentence for Charles Burton. He right here was convicted of a murder back in 1991, despite the fact he wasn't even present when the fatal shots were fired. The conviction stems from an attempted robbery of an auto parts store where a customer was shot and killed by Derek DeBruce. Now, because Burton was an accomplice to that crime, he and DeBruce were sentenced to death. Now, despite police reports saying Burton was not in the store at all at the time. Now, in 2024, DeBruce had his death sentence overturned after an appeals court ruled he had inadequate counsel in that initial trial. Burton's death sentence, however, remained in place until today. Governor Ivey stating in response, quote, "I believe it would be unjust for one participant in this crime to be executed while the participant who pulled the trigger was not. To be clear, Mr. Burton will not be eligible for parole and will rightfully spend the remainder of his life behind bars for his role in the robbery."
Yeah, I agree. What you just said is what I thought when I had read the article too. Like maybe he was spared so he can save other people.
Yeah, there's someone in there that needs him. So,
hmm
yeah, God bless him.
Speaking of saving lives, you was telling me about a stalker story. You want to elaborate? Somebody try to
Oh,
kill some?
Rihanna's house.
Yeah.
Rihanna's house got shot up by a fan, and it
Wow.
looks like she got arrested. They still don't know if Rihanna was in the house or if the kids were in the house or
Mhm.
if ASAP Rocky was in the house. But she went to her house, shot the home up. She is in custody, and they're still basically trying to find out the logistics of it. Apparently, she was charged with like an assault case before that, and she had threatened another artist 2 years ago, saying the same thing. So it looks like this is maybe her.
Her
I
MO.
think she had mentioned like Cardi B's name too, and she was just like, I don't know. I saw a few of her videos, and it looks like she's not all the way there. So I think they need to just probably put her in a nut house or something, because there's no way she's all there.
And do you know most of the time, and I know you know this anyway, when they think they writing those people or talking to those people, most of the time it don't even be those people. It be a publicist, somebody responding back on their behalf.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's weird. I think that's kind of why I just kind of don't I'm not really like I've never been like the groupie type, it's always been like, oh, okay, just another person, so it's just, because at the end of the day, that's all like these artists are, just real people who have more money than the normal common people, that have talent. So it's just like, when people like glorify artists and things like that, I'm just kind of like, they're just normal people, they probably wish to be normal just like us, but I don't know. I don't understand the point of it. I've never been a groupie, so.
I know you don't love me. I know you don't love me. You ain't the same when Jay-Z's around. Oh,
What is that?
the G Unit song about the groupies, man.
No, yeah, no
Yeah.
groupies here. And then I have another topic about a woman. She went to divorce. I'm actually seeing this being a more common thing. You tell me what you think about it, but
hmm
women are starting to leave their kids behind. So this girl, she was granted the divorce, and she left the kids with the dad, and people were giving her backlash, talking about her because she was smiling. And she's basically going to be a weekend mom. So what do you think about that? Do you think it's just kind of I don't know. What do you say it like? Like gender role being biased, I guess, as the gender, because it's like it's okay for the dads to be, weekend dads and stuff like that, but it's like when the mom does it, it's a big issue.
but it's not even okay when the dad does it, but it's just what you said. So the role switch. So I always tell you, you always tell me I'm machismo, which I accept, but I'm a respectful machismo man. So the roles is the woman supposed to be a nurturer, a care provider. This man is supposed to protect, provide, um and show the woman the way. So if he's not doing his part, then she's not going to do her part. But what you have in today's generation, the men want to wear purses and dresses and tight pants, which tells you all you need to know right there. So it's like the role switch, and then you see more women working 2 and 3 jobs. They telling the dude, we gonna screw and I don't want to talk to you no more. Just duck them. So it's like they becoming the man, and the man is more becoming the feminine one, right?
But why is that? Why is that? I think that comes with the cause of men want to be treated like women. We're in a
No, I think
generation.
I
Yes,
think it's
men
spiritual
want to be
warfare.
taken out to the movies. Men want to be taken out to dinner. Men want to have things bought for them. Like I saw this TikTok about a guy that had like his nails done and like a little queen crown on his head, and they're like, this is how a man expects you to treat him, and these men are
Talk
walking
on my
around.
face.
These men are walking around thinking like they are the prize, and yeah, it's not like
Now
it
I'm all
used to be
for.
for sure.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for a man taking care of himself, haircut, nails done, even go get your
No,
feet
that's
done.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Oh
about these men expecting women and to take them out and
no, that's not the way
cater
it
to
works. But when
them
the
and
woman
do.
okays it, when you okay it, then you ain't no better than him. So what I
Yeah.
mean, so if you start giving him stuff and he like, oh, so now like I said, those roles switch. I personally can't stand a man that lets a woman take care of him. I don't see how a woman even get turned on by her going to work all day and this dude playing 2K or
Or
playing
like
Mad,
paying, like I mean,
dropping you
like
off
I'm
at work,
I'm
taking
all
your
for
car.
let me plan a date here and there, but like I'm sorry, I'm not finna go out and I'm finna be paying for everything. Like,
Right. But what I'm
and
saying,
I'm
and
gonna address the comment that just made me. I'm gonna address the comment from last podcast. Like, I am not her. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna just sit here and I'm just gonna be like, oh, giving it all away for nothing. And then I do want that comment where she was just like, oh, I wonder if Carmen's a female player. Is that what she said? So
yeah,
let me
something to that
read.
effect.
Yeah, something to that effect, a female player. So it's just like, okay, one, why are you worried about what I'm doing with my body? I want to give it up for free. That's my business. You know what I mean? I'm not here asking you guys, what are you guys doing? Um, Granted, I'm sure we're on a podcast. I'm not bothered by it at all, but it's just like when I say keep your options open, or when I make a comment and say have a roster, women, I don't mean have a roster and sleep with all these men. I mean have your roster, have your options open, because granted, we do have a lot of men who want to be treated like women, who want to be taken out, you take me out, blah, 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 whatever, and like I said, to each their own. That's just not my cup of tea. I don't have to sleep with men to carry conversations or to see where if we're going to progress to a relationship or
And ain't
whatnot.
no real man
Um,
won't be treated like no woman. So fix your lips to say
Exactly.
something
So that
else.
would be like your first red flag. But anyways, I just wanted to just hit on that topic because it's like, don't get it twisted. Maybe you guys didn't understand when I said that, but yeah, having your roster does not mean sleeping with every man that you speak to. Definitely take care of your body and be smart about it. You know who you should be sleeping with and who you shouldn't. So I'll just leave it at that.
But again, those roles change because you have spiritual warfare. So I personally think it's an attack on the strong man, on the alpha male. So I
Yeah.
think it's always been that way. So if you get the alpha male out the way, it's why the single homes. You get the man out the house, the devil can run rampant. Cause who come into your house and play of a man? I don't care if he a punk, a weak man. It's still a man in the house, so you know ain't no easy prey in there. So nobody not about to knock on the door, do anything crazy. They not about to play with your kids. They not about to play with you. Versus you being a single mom working 2 or 3 jobs and not a community, the environment, the that's who raising the kids. So now you got a whole slum of inner city, which I think is the problem anyway across America of why kids getting in trouble. Nobody wakes up saying I want to be a dope dealer, I want to be a killer. The girls don't even wake up saying I want to sell my body, I want to strip. All
Mhm.
that's like I said from a product of stuff in their past. And I'm not here to judge because I used
Yeah.
to frequent those clubs too. I just learned as I got older listening to the story. Because you can't hear a woman's story that she's been molested or she been touched and that turn you on in no way, form, or fashion.
Yeah. I kind of beg to differ because I am a single mom and I am raising great kids. So I mean, just because there's not a man in my household, um, for the most part, people know not to mess with my kids. Like not.
But you still have a supporting cast. What I mean, your mom, your dad, even your brothers, y'all might not always get along. But I guarantee if somebody play with nephew, they know what's coming behind that.
I mean, they have their mom. That's honestly all
Oh
that they
shit! I
need.
know just their mom. Stop it, man.
It
You
is.
know,
I mean, it is. First, it's me, and if I need to reach out to anyone else, I would. But for the
right?
most part, it's just me. There's no one taking my son to school. There's no one feeding my kid. There's no one doing homework. There's no one going to teacher conferences and things like that. My son just had an open house. And like I said, it's just me in my home raising my kids. And I have a full time job. I still come home and feed my kids, spend time with my kids, ask about grades, ask about schoolwork and things like that. So it's like I feel like single women are capable. I mean, yes. I mean, it's nice to have a man in your household. It's not, I'm not going to say it's needed. My son doesn't even, he's good. He's 14, he's in college. We just enrolled him into his college classes for the summer. He's taking both summer 1 and 2. Like I said, he's 14. So I'm doing a pretty damn good job on myself.
Well, mama
If I
gonna
may
have
say
to.
so myself.
Mama gonna have to relax and be a woman, and you're gonna have to open up this. I'm not saying every man, and anyway, it's a system to the dating. It's not like the whole purpose of dating. I'm old school, so it's gonna be courting. Because if we not dating, what are we doing? We just
Right.
screwing,
And
and that's
I'm
not
so
happening.
picky. I'm so picky. And it's because I do have a son and because I want to raise an amazing man to put out in society. So it's like you have to come with it. And so like these men that I talk to or whatnot, it's like some people are just like, oh, she's stuck up, and it's like, no, dude, I have a 14-year-old in medical school. You know what I mean? He drives his own car. Like, what can you bring into our life? What example can you set? Not for me, for my son. Because if my son's better off than you in life and he's only 14, I'm sorry, I cannot date you. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot be coming up into our lives still trying to figure out your life. And it's like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do
Yeah,
it if you can't handle your you know what I mean? Because who's gonna see it is my kid. My kid is gonna be like, "What's wrong with this? What's up with so and so?"
right.
So it's just like, yeah, I'm very, very careful who I date, who I bring around my kids because my son's a good kid. I don't want anyone to tarnish what I've created,
But again, the
what I've
purpose of
raised.
dating is long term for courting, right? So when
Hmm.
you date, you gotta have a purpose behind that date. What are we dating
For
for?
sure.
I
Yeah.
want a life mate. But most
Yeah,
people
the
don't see
intentions
that.
like are you looking for a wife? Are you
Right.
ready to have a family? Are you ready to raise pre-made kids? Like all of those questions are definitely important. Um because if you don't have a plan for your life, like then you know what I mean? What plans do you have for me? So, yeah, very important. Anyways, it's Women's History Month. Shout out to all of my single women doing the damn thing. Pat pat on my back. No, I'm playing. But yeah, it's Women's History Month. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our women who are doing it on their own. I definitely see you. I feel you. I know what it takes to go on a day to day, two full-time jobs, working 8-hour jobs, and then coming home, being a mom, and having your second full-time job with the kids. It's definitely not easy. How we wake up and do it every single damn day, it's definitely not a choice, right? Because a lot of people abandon their kids. So it takes a really strong-minded women to be able to just say, you know what, I'm going to raise these kids and I'm going to do this. So shout out to all of our women who are just going through it every day. You are loved, you are appreciated.
Single women that are handling their business, props and respects to you. All you Jezebels, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Sit down. But for the most part, if you handle your business, then yeah, nothing but love and respect. And I know it's wonderful women out there that have a hardened heart because of the things that they've been through. So I get that as well. But it's time to come on
Mhm.
in. It's time to come on in. You got to start trusting somebody again. So
Yeah, like we have enough messed up people in this world, and it's just like we don't need more. We want to pour positive energy, um, and just love. Just love. We gotta love each other more, care about each other more instead of trying to pick out somebody's flaws or just like, come on, we need a better world. We're already going through enough.
right. So shout out to people first of all, like your mom. So shout out to your mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave a bio about my mom, and then I'll send that to you so we can add on. But yeah, shout out to my mom. She's definitely my blueprint, my strength, my world. My mom is my best friend. She's been married to my dad for 50 years. That's another reason why I'm picky about my man, because my dad loves my mom. And my mom, a lot of people, well, nobody knows, but my mom's been having epilepsy since she was 13. My mom had a seizure when she was giving birth to me at age 26. She almost died. And so I'm her miracle baby. Not only am I her baby out of 5 kids, I'm her miracle baby. And my dad fought with the doctors, and he basically had to choose between me and my mom. And my dad was like, I want them both. Save them both. So I'm obviously here. My mom's still here, thank God. But she deals with a lot of sicknesses. And when I look at my man, or when I see a potential husband, he needs to remind me of my dad, because my dad has always been through my mom's side, through sickness, through health, through everything. And I've seen my dad, as a young kid, spending a night at hospitals, just being by my mom's side. He's retired. My mom's never worked in her life. And so they're just, like, I just admire that so much. So yeah, I also don't have daddy issues. So that's another reason why it can be a bit complicated to date. But yeah, my parents have been married for 50 years. And so I admire that. That's my blueprint to a relationship, a happy marriage, and what a good husband is supposed to look like. So if I'm a little hard, then take it out with my dad.
All right, y'all. We gonna wrap up on that note, man. So here's the bio. Here's Call My Mom. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We're gonna touch bases next week, and I'll talk
See
about
you.
my mom to y'all.
Bye, guys.